Let us see each method one by one. Firstly, let us study dispersal by wind. See, the seeds that are light in weight, have wing-like structure or hair-like structure can be easily carried away by the wind from one place to another. For example, cotton seed. Now let us see dispersal by water. Seeds that have a fibrous covering that can float on water can be dispersed by this method. For example, coconut and lotus. Now our next method is dispersal by animals. Seeds that have hooks or spines can stick on the body of the animal and so can be carried away from one place to another by the animals. For example, xanthium seed and tiger nail seeds. Our last method of dispersal is dispersal by explosion. Some fruits explode when they become dry. The force of explosion helps the seed to scatter away. This is called dispersal by explosion. For example, pea and balsam seeds. Now let us study growing new plants from other parts of the plant. The growing of new plants from other plant parts is called vegetative propagation. The new plants can easily be grown from different parts of plants such as bulbs, seeds, cutting that are taken up from living plants. Now firstly, let us study new plants from roots. There are many plants that can grow with the help of roots. For example, carrot, radish, turnip, etc. grow with the help of root. New plants from stem. Potato and onion are stems that can grow into a new plant. See, potato is a special kind of stem which grows underground. It has buds called eye on its surface. Any piece of potato with an eye can grow into a new plant. New plants from stem. Rose, money plant and hibiscus can grow into a new plant with a stem cutting of a mother plants. New plant from leaves. Bryophyllum leaves. A complete plants can be grown from these leaves if they are placed in a moist soil. Growing plants from spores. Ferns and mosses do not have seeds. They have a tiny structure called spores. Mushrooms and ferns reproduce with the help of spores. Now let us study about agriculture. The practice of growing plants on a large scale for food or other purposes is called agriculture. There are various steps involved in agriculture. Farmers prepare the field to sow the seeds. They first dig the upper layer of the soil to loosen and make it soft. This process is called plowing. This is the very first step of agriculture. Secondly, manure is added to the soil to provide nutrients. This is called manuring. Then, seeds are sown. It is necessary to drop the right amount of seeds at regular distance for proper growth of plants. After growing of plants, the field is irrigated. Pesticides are sprayed to protect the crops. After ripening, crops are harvested. Cutting and gathering of ripened crops is called harvesting. Now let us see a different type of crops and season. See, all the crops do not grow in all seasons. Different crops grow in different seasons. Now let us see about the kharif crops. Kharif crops are crops grown from June-July to October-November. These crops depend on monsoon. For example, rice and maize are kharif crops and are grown in rainy season. Now let us see the rabi crops. The crops grown from November to April are called rabi crops. For example, wheat, beans etc. Rabi crops need less water and cold conditions to grow. Now let us study about protection of crops and storage of grains. See dear students, birds, squirrels, pests like caterpillars and grasshoppers damage the crops. There are various plant diseases also which affect the crops. So there is a need to protect the crops. Crops can be protected by spraying various pesticides and insecticides. To protect the crops from grazing animals, fencing can be done. Farmers also keep scarecrows in their fields to scare away the birds. There should be proper storage of grains and seeds to protect them from rats, insects and other animals. This is all for this chapter. Please revise it properly, and if you still have any doubt, then you can ask your questions in the comment box. Thank you.